I wasn't even going to address this, but I'm tired of people playing victim on the internet. One, people move.
Recently, LiAngelo Ball's personal life took a shocking turn for the worse. The mother of his children, Nikki Mudaris, who also goes by Miss Nikki Baby, took to Instagram today to put him on blast. According to her, he allegedly got another woman pregnant and has decided to start a new life with her. "I am just as surprised as you are," she wrote in part. "We spent 3.5 years together, and last week he decided to walk out on his kids and I and tell me he got someone else pregnant, allegedly, and now is creating a new life with her. We were just happy and planning family photos. I am beyond blindsided by this whole thing. The ultimate betrayal is not even the word." The time of writing, Ball has yet to respond to the allegations. The alleged other woman, however, has. In a new clip, model and actress Rashida Nicole addresses Miss Nikki Baby's post, claiming that she shouldn't be the one to shoulder all the blame. "People move on, things change. Yes, it may not be updated or addressed to the internet because it's not for y'all," she began. "People have private lives, we have real lives out here. You don't know what's going on. Y'all so quick to blame the woman. Half the time that lady don't even have her kids, let's be clear," Rashida also alleged. "The lady and her family are racist, I don't care what anybody says. She always got the N-word in her mouth, you are not black at all." She went on, urging Miss Nikki Baby to stop posting about her. In response, Nikki took to her Instagram story to clarify that she was addressing Ball, not Rashida. "The same way you get them is how you lose them," she added. "Thinking you winning by getting pregnant with a man who has a newborn is CR*ZY work." Rashida's words stung deeply. For Nikki, the pain of betrayal was almost too much to bear. She replayed the memories of their time together over and over in her head, trying to pinpoint the moment when things began to fall apart. They had once been so happy. She remembered the nights they spent talking about their future, the promises they made to each other, and the love they shared. How could it all have come crashing down so quickly? The anger and sadness she felt were overwhelming. Nikki found herself oscillating between rage and despair. She didn't know who to trust anymore. Friends who had been supportive began to distance themselves, fearing they would become entangled in the public feud. The media's relentless coverage only added fuel to the fire, with paparazzi following her every move and reporters constantly hounding her for comments. She felt like she was living in a nightmare with no way out. Rashida, on the other hand, was dealing with her own struggles. The online backlash was harsh and unrelenting. People who had never met her felt justified in hurling insults and accusations her way. Despite the bravado she displayed in her videos, the constant negativity took a toll on her mental health. She found herself questioning her decisions, wondering if she had made the right choices. She wanted to stand up for herself, to defend her actions, but the weight of public opinion was suffocating. Meanwhile, LiAngelo remained silent. He retreated into his own world, avoiding the spotlight and refusing to address the allegations. The silence spoke volumes, leaving everyone to draw their own conclusions. Friends and family members tried to reach out to him, offering support and advice, but he shut them out. The guilt and shame he felt were too much to bear. He knew he had made mistakes, and he wasn't ready to face the consequences. The weeks that followed were a blur of emotions and chaos. Nikki continued to post updates on social media, sharing her thoughts and feelings with her followers. She found solace in the support of her fans, who rallied around her and offered words of encouragement. Rashida, too, tried to move on with her life, focusing on her career and trying to ignore the hate. LiAngelo, however, remained a mystery. His silence only fueled speculation and gossip. People wondered what he was thinking, what he was doing, and what his plans were. The uncertainty was maddening, and everyone involved was left in limbo. As time passed, the intensity of the situation began to wane. The media moved on to other stories, and the public's interest shifted to the next scandal. But for Nikki, Rashida, and LiAngelo, the pain and consequences of their actions lingered. They had been forever changed by the events that transpired, and their lives would never be the same again. Nikki decided to take matters into her own hands. She couldn't let this situation define her. She began focusing on her career and her children, determined to build a better future for them. She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she was strong and resilient. The support of her fans and followers gave her the strength to keep going. Rashida also found a way to move forward. She immersed herself in her work, taking on new projects and challenges. She learned to ignore the negativity and focus on the positives in her life. The experience had made her stronger, and she was determined to not let it break her. LiAngelo, too, began to find his way. He took some time to reflect on his actions and the choices he had made. He sought help and guidance from friends and family, and slowly began to rebuild his life. He knew it would take time, but he was committed to making amends and becoming a better person. In the end, each of them learned valuable lessons from the experience. They had faced their challenges and come out stronger on the other side. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but they were ready to face it, armed with the knowledge and strength they had gained. The story of LiAngelo Ball, Nikki Mudaris, and Rashida Nicole serves as a reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the resilience of the human spirit. It's a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and ultimately redemption. Each of them had been tested in ways they never imagined, and they had emerged from the experience stronger and wiser. As Nikki sat alone in her living room, the glow from her phone illuminating her tear-streaked face, she scrolled through old photos of happier times. Her fingers hovered over the screen, hesitant to swipe left to see the next image. The memories were too painful, a stark contrast to the reality she now faced. She thought about her children, the innocent victims of this turmoil, and resolved to be strong for their sake. She reached out to her close friends and family, seeking their support and guidance. They rallied around her, offering words of comfort and encouragement. Her mother, a pillar of strength, assured her that she would get through this. "You are stronger than you think, Nikki. This is just a bump in the road. Keep your head up and focus on what truly matters, your kids and your happiness." Meanwhile, Rashida found solace in her work. She threw herself into her modeling and acting projects, determined to rise above the negativity. She surrounded herself with positive influences and sought the advice of mentors who had experienced similar public scrutiny. They reminded her that her worth was not defined by the opinions of strangers and that she had the power to control her narrative. LiAngelo, isolated from the world, struggled with his guilt and shame. He spent long hours in solitude, reflecting on his actions and the impact they had on the people he cared about. He knew he had to make amends, but he didn't know where to start. The silence was deafening, and he longed for the days when life was simpler, and his biggest concern was perfecting his jump shot on the basketball court. In a bid to find clarity, he sought the help of a therapist. Through their sessions, he began to understand the root of his behavior and the steps he needed to take to become a better person. The journey was arduous, but he was committed to the process. He started by reaching out to Nikki, offering a heartfelt apology for the pain he had caused.